Right then, so I am currently training for my first ever full distance Ironman. Now, strength training has been a big part of my life, but what has changed during this prep is how I approach it. So right now I'm training in a very slight calorie deficit, which does mean, being realistic, I am going to lose a small amount of strength. Hopefully not a lot, because now obviously the goal isn't to just be as strong as possible, it's just to be as strong as I can so that on race day, I ain't just gonna fall apart. And I did not come from a swim, bike or running background. So the efficiency in them I've had to earn, it's not something I started with. So, how are my sessions structured? Well, at the moment, they're based around a few of the main compound movements. So in terms of rep ranges, a lot of my movements are in and around 3 to 6 rep ranging, focusing on quality over fatigue. But then that totally depends on what swim, bike and run volume's looking like that particular day. So one thing I just thought of what I want to mention as well. What you might be seeing in these videos is you might be seeing some lighter sets, then getting into the heavy set. Well, my sets only start once I'm at that heavy set. Them lighter sets, they're literally just getting my body primed, getting my body ready for what's about to come. Then once I've got to the weight that I know I'm going to be working at, then that's when my sets start. So if I've put I'm doing 3 sets or 5 sets, the sets start from once I've got to the weight that I want to do it. Anyways, back to the vid. If endurance volume is high, then the intensity stays, but the volume will drop because we're not chasing soreness. We don't want the soreness to affect like our tomorrow's swim, bike or run, whatever, depending on the day. Right, I can't remember when I was sat chatting to you if I spoke about why I'm doing or why someone should do a lower rep range, a little bit heavier for endurance purposes mainly. And the main reason that is going heavier will just build more strength, obvious, right? But what it also does is it will increase bone density, ligament strength, which will then also stop you getting injured, which for the sort of high mileage training sessions, long hours that especially endurance athletes do, all athletes as well, but I'm just mainly talking to the endurance athletes. Injury prevention is probably one of the most important things we want to be trying to do. Like, you're injured, can't train, we're getting nowhere. So if doing something like strength work improves that, why would you not? And also, it feels mint being strong. So anyways, back to it again.
Right now I am 9 months out from Ironman Barcelona. So relatively, because we're so far along, my triathlon volume, my swim back and running volume is relatively low. But as the months go on and that increases, the gym volume will have to come down slightly to accommodate all the hours of training. But strength will stay in all year round. Like, I'm a very big advocate of everyone should be strength training, but in endurance athletes especially, I think it's even more important. So to finish up the session, I do sometimes finish up with a little bit of arm work. Nothing crazy, just a very slight amount of stimulus, just to tax them a little bit. Because, well, like I said earlier in the video, I'm accepting that I'm going to get smaller, and I've never had the biggest arms anyways. But I definitely don't want to be on that start line with noodle arms. So now this session that you've just seen, it is not the same session every single week. Like, sometimes I might throw in a little bit more single leg work. Sometimes I might throw in a little bit more glute stuff, for example. Like, I do switch it up just to keep it fresh, because I love weight training. So I do still want to keep it fun, but it all just depends on how the week looks. So this is how I'm approaching my strength training during this Ironman prep right now. Strong enough to perform, light enough to be efficient, and durable enough to handle the volume. Yo, that were off the fly as well, that. But no, in all seriousness, if you want to see how this evolves as the mileage creeps up, stick around, because I do want to make more of these in future. I were only planning on making reels and stuff like that, but, you know, why not? Let's give it a go. Right then, that's it. City.